Welcome everybody, Thursday, June 6th. This is the bi-weekly meeting of the EMEA chapter. Handing over to Christian Grandieri. Thank you.
Hello to everyone. First, thanks to be here. This is the first meeting about the EMEA chapter. I'm very happy to stay with you. And the today topics will be about the conference that we did in Palermo. That with pleasure we had as a guest Riza and also Afshin. And they both spoke about two interesting topics. Afshin talks about the open science concept and also the AI application in bioinformatics. And then Riza introduced the Kwaai association and explain what is essentially our mission and what is the idea on the basis of this association. So we had a very nice results from the audience with a lot of people that was present in a very nice place that was the Palermo Regional Parliament of Sicily. Let me try to share my screen, because I would like to show a few pictures about. 1 second.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so in the 24th May, we had the pleasure to be as guests in the state of the Sicily. And Afshin also Riza. And interest from the audience. Also, a journal about Palermo.
Christian, unfortunately your audio is cutting out. We're hearing every other word from you. I don't know if you can get either closer to the mic or some other microphone-ish that you can connect.
Screen.
We're just not getting your audio. We get every other word.
Which University of Palermo, and also there was different students from high school, graduate of high level person. One come from hospital, other from a sanity ward, and different research was involved in the conference. Okay, so I would like to share two pictures. For example, this is the picture about the conference. You can see me and the other person, which one of them is a professor from Palermo University. So, nation milestone, because we have such as to spread in Sicily this message in order to let's start the new idea of the EMEA chapter project regarding the Kwaai association. So I am very proud of that, and I hope that this is not just the first events that we will organize, but I believe that with time we will have success to organize different moments of aggregation like that. As I told before, people was very interested about our our project, and they are very curious, but also they need the time to understand better, to try to get involved with them with much more idea and with much more communication events. So this is about the conference. So very honored to be one of the organizers of that. For the rest, regarding the EMEA project of Kwaai, I would like just to do a little recall for the new audience and to say that essentially the EMEA chapter is a chapter of the main chapter of US, and essentially we follow the direction of the US, but with a particular meaning of the EMEA region. By the way, we are organizing different working group. That one is, for example, centered on the AI acts that move around the EMEA region in order to try to leverage all the law that and rule that are moving around the AI concept of different countries in order to try to harmonize this new rule around the world. So who is interested to join in this group, just drop an email to Kwaai or directly to my email, that is christian.kwaai.ai. For the rest, we are organizing an ambassador program. The ambassador program is focused to try to leverage on contacts and also the knowledge in order to spread the message of the Kwaai EMEA chapter, in order to try to explain to chapter. And I believe that by the ambassador persons, we will try to find new people that are interested to be involved in our experience, but not only people. I believe that different institutions will join with us. Another group is the group that will work around the AI applied to agriculture, because we believe that agriculture, specifically in the Africa region, is a very important topic that can try benefit from the application of AI in order to try to optimize the resource or discover new solution in order to try to solve different problems in this region. And also, another group is the cross-disciplinary collaboration group that want to try to go together different competence in order to leverage each other and to encourage interdisciplinary collaboration by putting together different members from different academic disciplines and also of the professional with different background. Another important program is to organize dissemination and events in order to encourage people to join with our movement, in order to try to spread our message in order to try to gain the community. And lastly, I would like to remember Kwaai have a beta program that will be launched shortly, that essentially university to try to with us their hardware that is able to support our AI models. We believe that by this program, we can try to spread strongly our instruments in order to let people understand the true meaning of the Kwaai project. For the rest, any new idea is welcome, and I suggested that we need to know much more details to drop me an email in order to have much more info regarding our project, and also invite all the people that want to join to the Kwaai community to subscribe in order to talk with us and in order. So, Riza, if you have something to add, you are welcome.
Thank you so much, Christian. Thanks for inviting us to talk at the Palermo Parliament, the regional parliament. That was impressive. I think I was a bit nervous on the call, and I think we also had some. It was an interesting challenge of the Zoom going on and the translation happening in real time. That was impressive, the way that you set all of that up. We saw a little bump in membership as a result of that that event. In fact, our membership is now about 430 members. We are doubling every quarter, and that's thanks also to the contribution of the EMEA chapter. You mentioned the beta program. The beta program is scheduled for the third quarter. Now, I know a lot of colleges and universities are on summer break then, but there's an opportunity. It's a low risk period to start running these systems. And so I can talk a little bit more about the beta program for anyone that's interested. Let me do that. And Christian, we're getting a bit of echo through your audio when I talk. I don't know if anyone else is hearing that. No, okay.
Yeah, I hear. Yeah, Christian, can you mute when we just talk?
There we go. Okay. So what we're going to do? Let me share with you the beta program. That's good. Thank you. Okay, so here is the beta program, and you can get to it by going to the beta site, and I'm going to put the URL on the chat. Okay, so that's how you get there. And it's a beta program. We're going to run it in EDU, in colleges and universities. And it's going to run in the third quarter of 2024. So that's July, August, September. The developers are coding the feature set so that it'll be ready for that time. And we might slip it. We might slip it a few weeks or even a month, but that's the current aim. If you're interested in participating, here's the button you press in order to apply to join. And that's simply just getting your name and your college into our system, and then we'll have follow-up conversations. Let me tell you what it's all about. There are 3 use cases that we are going to pursue for the college. Let's start from the right-hand side first. This is the virtual teacher's assistant. So many professors complain that their students email them at 9, 10, 11 o'clock asking questions about an essay or some assignment that's due at midnight. And obviously the answers are in the curriculum material, and but the students expect a rapid turnaround in that question. So why not just have a teacher's assistant, an AI teacher's assistant that is informed by the course curriculum material that can answer that question on your behalf? So does that look like? It could look like this. Of course, the face and the voice can be changed, but the knowledge base is the thing that the professor will upload, and upload the course curriculum material. Tell me about the First World War poets. So this is an AI that is being informed by the curriculum of British literature, and it'll go off and query that bot. Fantastic. So I'm not going to let her talk through all of that. You saw it took a bit of a while responding, because it's probably the first time that the bot's been queried today. But once questions are cached, once the bot's up, the response time is about a second, maybe 2 seconds. So back to the beta. There are 3 instances. So one is a virtual teacher's assistant that makes the professor's life easier. The professor controls the course curriculum material and still owns that. It's not really, it's not giving up ownership of their intellectual property. The professor controls this bot. There is another bot in the middle that we call the Bruce bot, because it was fashioned after Bruce Schneier. So if you have a celebrity professor, someone that's got a lot of writing, a lot of textbook material, a lot of published material, a lot of essays, it's worth creating a bot that's informed by their corpus of writing. And that is a great way of engaging with a body of writing in a conversational way. You can have a conversation with the bot, and you can, and this might also take a bit of time because it's the first time it's being asked today. Should I fear AI? I seem to ask the same questions each time. And so off it goes, and it interrogates Bruce Schneier's 14 textbooks and all.
Hey, Riza, we don't hear the audio coming through from that, but that's okay.
And did you hear the audio on the previous one?
No. We just saw the text come up.
Ah, that's odd. Okay. I don't know why that is. Sometimes we do hear it and sometimes we don't. Okay, back to the beta. Look, you can go and play with these bots by clicking on these links. You see the blue links over here, Lumi, Bruce, and Penny. And if you click on those, then you can go and test that out. The one on the left-hand side is more for the administration. So in an institution, yes, you've got professors and celebrity authors as well, but you also have the administration. And the administration, their writing is all of the policy documents. There's typically hundreds of policy documents in an institution, and the student code of conduct manual, all sorts of manuals and procedures. You can load them all up into this document and now into this bot, and now you can query that using natural language, and you'll have a conversation with that code of that corpus of material. So 3 different use cases for bringing AI to your campus. And how do you do that? What is the well, we've talked about the objectives here. Here are the objectives. Our objectives would be to learn which features and functions work and how to refine them, understand the performance and the accuracy and the scaling of the system, and this will happen over a period of a quarter. We'll run the beta program. The requirements of the college is to host a compute infrastructure necessary to support this, and it might be one, it might be two, it might be more of these machines. This machine is the class of machine that we're using currently at for these demos. Okay, so in order to sign up, you click this button, and your institution will be entered into the into our database, and then we'll work through what's necessary in order to get the beta running at your college. Okay, I will stop sharing there and stop presenting. Okay. And any questions on that? No questions. Christian, do you know if you have any colleges that would want to sign up?
I'm spreading the message. I reach a different college and also different university, and also I try to leverage on the regional parliament in order to try to spread this message over Sicily and then in Italy. So I wait at feedback, but they look very interested. Also, they are very curious. So I believe that with a short time we can have a positive feedback. So we will try to test directly that also in Italy, and I hope in all the EMEA region.
Okay. Okay, the interesting thing about this is it's multilingual.
Sure.
So that it's straight out of the box. It's multilingual, and let me share again just to give you an example.
Hey, so we got Luigi's got his hand up. Question.
Okay, Luigi.
We don't hear you, Luigi. Nope, not yet. You see your mouth moving, and you're not muted, but you know.
Yeah, sure. You should unmute.
Maybe it's your your microphones in your headphone.
Yes. No. We don't hear you. Try to disconnect your headphone. Maybe you have another mic.
Let me quickly just give you a demonstration of its multilingual capability. And so
I'm sorry, but I can only answer in English. However, I can provide you with information about the war poets.
Okay.
During World War I, many poets.
No, okay. That demo worked. That demo worked really well yesterday. I don't understand why it's only answering in English. Okay. Luigi, when you get your audio, just speak up to us.
Okay, the Luigi question is...
Les poets de la guerre sont des écrivains.
Okay, there we go. Well, he did it in French, so that's a bit rude that it's not supporting Italian. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop presenting. Luigi, you got your audio figured out? No, he's okay. Luigi's typed a question. Okay, I'd love to solve the mic issues. The only question, the beta version is. Sorry, can I read? So he says, I'll try and solve the mic issues. Only a question. The beta version is open only to universities and colleges or other research institutions. Other research institutions are included. Any institution where you've got a you've got control over the domain email address. That's how we're going to allow individuals to create bots. So only people with that domain's email address would be able to create the bot initially. It's just to manage, it's allowing us to have a closed beta and manage the load. Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay. Great. So that's all I have as an update. Afshin, is there anything that you want to add based on follow-up from your previous work? And Luigi, your hand's still up. Is there any more that you want to talk about?
Still a problem with audio.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't have anything to add. I mean, one thing though was for the still a lot of background, Christian, when you're speaking. Distracting. Can you mute? Yeah, so say what. Hey, Christian, can you mute, please? It's very distracting.
I don't hear you very well because the voice is not linearly.
It's your Christian. It's your connection. Your connection is poor.
Yes.
So if you can mute, please. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we could hear you, Luigi.
Sorry, I didn't give the authorizations to the app for my microphone, so I'm very sorry. I was only asking to Professor Randieri and to Risa if the beta version is dedicated only to university, but Risa has already answered to this question. I would like to know if Professor Randieri has already spread this communication, this invitation to some scholars in the National Research Council, because we have many institutes that work about artificial intelligence, and they could be interested in this beta version testing, only to keep confidence with the platform. I don't know if it is useful to help in this spreading, and I'm available to collaborate with Professor Randieri to hear some colleagues, because I work in the National Research Council. I don't know. I wait for Professor Randieri command to spread this invitation. Okay, if you agree.
Yes, sure, of course. You are very welcome. We need to spread, and all together we can go fast and far. So obviously you can freely contact directly me, and we can try to organize a different meeting in order to spread this message. And also, if other members are interested in this activity, they are very welcome. This is a part of the ambassador program that we want to let start as soon as possible. So this is very, very appreciated from you. So thank you, and I'm very happy to have you on board for this mission. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I wait for instructions. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing about the beta program too. It's one thing for academics. It's not just, I know you focus just on the classes and stuff, but a lot of academics like here and researchers can use it even if they don't have classes, right? So it could be like an assistant for your lab, for example. Like it could scan your entire lab notebooks, or if you have electronic things, and use that as that, because not everyone teaches, right? So That could be used as a personal assistant for, let's say, your lab or your research, in a sense, too, not just for classes or curriculum. That might not be versatile for all, people in academics. So just keep that in mind too.
Yeah, some people have said that this bot could evolve into becoming a research assistant or that sort of AI postdoc that you need. So it's a way of having a conversation with documents. Now, depending on what documents you load up into the system, these could be research documents in a particular field, and then you can have a conversation with it. Okay, so the underlying technology is called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. And so it's worth just reading up about RAG and understanding what that is. RAG is in its early days. This is very different to asking the same questions of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a massive body of general knowledge, but it's factual knowledge and it's counterfactual knowledge because it's been trained on all of the writing that these large language models could access. So if you're looking for accuracy, if you're looking for answers that come from a curated corpus of knowledge, then you really need to use RAG. You really need to control the knowledge base. You can't rely on whatever Microsoft, Google, or OpenAI decided to put into the large language model, the training data. You can't rely on it. They trained it on Reddit, for instance, which is like a hotbed of conspiracy theories. So, you don't necessarily, for science, you need factual knowledge. And that's what's really important. So RAG is evolving. At the moment, it vectorizes chunks of data into its meaning, in its semantic representation, which is in the form of vectors. So it'll take the sentence, First World War poets, and that becomes a vector. And it's a multi-dimensional vector, many hundreds of dimensions, maybe even over 1,000 dimensions. And that vector represents the meaning of it. So now if you were to say something similar and you were to ask a question something similar, it will find the similarity between that vector and the vector of your question. And it will do that through an entire body of documents, whether it's literature or whether it's scientific papers. This is very important. This is not like searching by keyword. Currently, research assistants are searching by keyword. Now you can search by semantic representation. You can search by the meaning. This is very important. There's some additional refinements and improvements to RAG. It's called Graph RAG. So read up about Graph RAG. This is what we're adding to our AI. And this, first of all, allows this multidimensional semantic representation of the data to be clustered in this multidimensional space. Humans can really only understand vectors in 2 or 3 dimensions. A 2-dimensional vector is a pointing arrow with an X and a Y coordinate. 3 dimensions, we're used to it. If you go to 4, 5, 6 dimensions, the human brain just can't conceive of that. But these multidimensional vectors are in hundreds of dimensions. So Graph RAG is important. These are important tools. We're at the cutting edge of how to represent data so that you can access it in more powerful ways. Okay, so that's what's technically under the hood when you're talking to this talking head. It's very complex, very cutting edge AI. Okay. we probably should write a paper on just that, because it's so important for science. And so in your lab, you might, for instance, use it. You might have all your lab procedures and the policies and procedures in there, so that when you're onboarding a new lab member, then they can talk to a chat bot and get up to speed a lot quicker. Afshin, perhaps you'll tell them about Chris Mason's intentions of how he's going to use the Kwaai personal AI in his lab.
Yeah, I mean, we're just testing it out, so I'm not sure what he wants to do, but I mean, basically be the lab manager, right? So help him, help him be an assistant for his lab in a sense, where they could for the daily tasks, for protocols and stuff like that. But I mean, we'll have to test it out. I mean, we're meeting with them in a little while, right? So
yeah. So we're meeting with Cornell Medical School, Chris Mason's lab, and some of his colleagues are saying this is going to become the Chris Mason bot. So it'll actually have his face and his voice, and the new people coming to the lab will be able to talk to it and query about lab procedures. Okay. So that's the idea for bringing AI to your institution. So not just colleges and universities, it could be research labs as well. So phase one is this transactional question and answer mode. In phase two, we become a bit more conversational. You can have long conversations with it. We'll add multimodal capability. We'll improve, obviously, our multilingual capability. You saw that I had a bit of a mishap there with the multilingual, and so the virtual teacher's assistant would become a student learning coach. The professor now, in addition to uploading content to the to the bot, would also construct a user journey flow chart, a flow map that orchestrates the student's journey through the learning process, with stage gates for testing comprehension. And we'll probably end up developing an integration with an LMS, a learning management system. In the US, the dominant learning management systems are Canvas and Blackboard. And I think Moodle has got some small market share. We'll probably do that. And then the Ask the Professor bot, the Ask the Author bot, becomes more of a research assistant and that sort of AI postdoc. And then in phase three, we actually build a distributed network where multiple colleges can share processing capacity. You can imagine when there's a peak load in the west coast of the US, the east coast has got spare capacity. And now if we spread it to EMEA, then we can balance the loads there. The challenge for AI in its current form is that the models have to be resident in memory in order to run. So we are working on novel techniques, distributed graph RAG. And when we say distributed, that means distributed across multiple institutions across their machines that are sharing and trading compute infrastructure with each other using some virtual currency. So that'll be phase three. And that takes AI down from the clouds, takes it and reduces our dependencies on the oligopoly controlling AI. Okay, so it's a it's a long-term roadmap, and we're looking forward to having partners to come along that road with us. Great. Okay. Got 15 minutes more. Happy to take questions. Okay, back to you, Christian. We don't need to use up the entire hour. We can give people back the remainder of the time if there's nothing more.
Okay. Regarding your idea, I believe that it is very interesting to try to share these servers around the world, to try to make as a big grid, because you know, in the research field there is also different grids about server that are spread around the world. For example, from my experience, I can say that in nuclear physics in Europe we have a very big grid made of server. So we can try to understand if we can try to adopt this kind of technology, because it should be open source for research. Right. And I believe that it will be the future of to try to go down.
Absolutely, and
to spread the power, but also the property of the AI. You know, we want to avoid this effect. We want to make AI.
Hey, Christian, we don't really understand you. Hey, Christian, your signal is cutting in and out. Yeah, we didn't catch half the things you said.
I think we get the idea. Okay, so I posted a link. The open source code base we're using is called Petals, and we've already started running AI models running across multiple machines. So this is the sort of thing that we're going to be building on. Over the last decade, the Web3 movement has built lots of technology for sharing, for peer-to-peer networks and the like. And so Kwaai thankfully doesn't have to develop all of this. We're in the process of aggregating and leveraging the work that's already been done. We know that Europe is far more advanced in terms of collaborative science and sharing of infrastructure, and we hope to leverage that as well. There is a shared research network that I think is well used, and we're going to be using part of that. I think through the Boston University. Boston University have signed up to the beta program, or signed an application, and they're part of a network of compute infrastructure that is shareable. Okay. Well, very good. Thank you very much. I think we can give back everyone the last 10 minutes, and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks.